Hey y'all, Instinct Survivalist coming to you today with another 2-Tip Tuesday. This time we'll be talking about what do I carry when I travel and the tips that are going to help you get through TSA, federal government buildings, and the list goes on. Ready for this? So number one, I just dropped everything on the ground, is what do I carry on my person, right? On my person I carry cotton bandana, notebook, pen, and my Griffin pocket tool, my phone that we're using for filming, and a lighter, okay, a regular Bic lighter. I didn't bring it out here, I'm not sure why, but I didn't, so there's that. So those are what I carry on my person. Now when we start looking at 2 tips, if you will, we're gonna break this into 2 other areas. What's in my backpack, the one thing that I carry with me regardless. If my suitcase gets lost, then I still have these things on me and with me. So and then the other one we're talking about is what's in my suitcase. So I want to break those out into those 2 different areas. So what's in my suitcase, let's go with that one first. And the reason being is because it's probably the easiest to go through. So what's in my suitcase is a flashlight, a compass, it also has an altimeter on it, a carabiner of course, a ferro rod, this is an Exotac, and a knife sharpener. Well, Bill, you don't carry a knife, so why do you need a knife sharpener? You never know, okay? The other part of it is because it has the diamond steel to it with the point, it makes it a little easier. And the other side of that is typically that's the only thing I have to purchase when I go to another city. And 9 times out of 10, I end up picking up something like an Opinel, which is very inexpensive, or a little buck knife. The other thing I carry, or the other piece that I carry with this, is I carry a hank of rope, a hank of cordage, and then depending upon certain situations, I may carry the shelter in my suitcase. Okay, we'll come back to this in just a moment. So that's my suitcase. That's the area that, hey, you know what, it's not gonna weigh me down. This stuff is there, I'm not worried about it. I always check, I don't ever check my bag, I always put it in the overhead bin. But that's the extra stuff, if you will. Now, do I need all that? No, because of what I carry in my backpack. Again, if my bag gets lost and all I have is my backpack, which is usually not without, or it's usually within an arm's distance, then I have just about everything I need. So let's go through that list real quick. Shelter, always. And the reason I say it depends on where it is if I'm flying, I'll put it in there. If I'm not flying, then I put it in my backpack, okay? If I am leaving my hotel room, this shelter is usually a 5x7 mesh from Bushcraft USA. It's usually in my backpack. All right, also in my backpack is a cotton shamag, underwear, and socks. Why? Well, because now I have clean clothes, if you will. Socks being one of the hardest things to deal with. The shamag, it's cotton, so I'll make sure that I can do char cloth if I need to. We'll get into some of the other areas. And it's in a Ziploc bag. Number 1, to keep it dry, and number 2, that's an extra item, right? So there's that. My regular first aid kit. Guys, sorry, the noise is getting loud. You got dogs, another dog. Then you got the cicadas going nuts. So here's my first aid kit. This is true first aid, right? It's got my gloves, it's got Tylenol. This is a self-rescue +1, okay? That's what that is. And that goes into whatever bag I'm carrying for the day. If it is my backpack here locally, then I'll throw it in there. If it's in my suitcase, then I'll throw it in there. If it's in my backpack when I'm traveling, it goes in there. Whatever it is, this goes with me for that one reason, right? Self-rescue +1. In addition to that, I have my personal meds in this, which is eye drops, Benadryl, and several other things, okay? So it's meds when we're looking at in addition to what's in here. So Advil, again, Benadryl, which I do have in here, Advil, which I do have in here. So if I just needed to split them up, or if I happen to forget this, I still have that in my bag. And keep in mind, these are bags, right? So I can use those. Another one, right? This goes again in my backpack. Okay, remember we're splitting it into 2 areas plus myself. In my backpack, a hank of cordage, a flashlight, looks just like the other one, another hank of cordage. This is tarred bank line, a plastic water bottle with a carabiner, a stainless steel one with a carabiner. This one has, although I haven't had to be rescued, this has been very beneficial. I go to the airport, fill it up, good to go once I get through security. Again, everything's dumped before I get through security. And then the one thing that always gets me in trouble, I've got two that really do. The one that always gets me stopped when I'm going in a federal building is this. It's my Cricut eating tool. And just because of the shape, a lot of people haven't seen it. Explained to one of the security guys what it was, and he goes, "So do you need that?" I'm like, "Yeah, so I can eat." "Well, what do you use it for?" "So I can eat." And I didn't go into the fact that it's got a bottle opener on it, and then all the other little pieces to it. The other thing is this little red bag right here, and this little red bag has gotten me out of a lot of situations just based off of being stuck in a freaking airport. This bag has got, right now it's got some Country Time on the go, lemonade crystals, deck of cards. These are little energy packets that just melt on your tongue. Another thing of Country Time, some Starbucks Via, right, the coffee, so that, you know, if it's late at night, the Starbucks is closed, or if a store where I can get coffee is closed, I'm sitting there waiting for a flight like I was in Boston not too long ago. We didn't pull out until 2 o'clock in the morning. I couldn't get any of this. So luckily I just refilled it. So I've got my Starbucks Via in there. My survival cards are in here. You know, what to do in a survival situation, just in case something happens to me and somebody needs it. They got this. And then my signaling mirror. It's actually just an unbreakable mirror that's in there. And then I have my little Silva, I think it's a Ranger, I don't know, it's the small Silva compass that's in there. And then a book of paper matches. And the reason I use those as another one is because, good Lord, I think I'm gonna talk louder or lower, I don't know. The reason I use paper matches is because they're still TSA approved. And I don't have to worry about it. Same with the Exotac. I never have to worry about it other than them going, "What is this?" I explain it to them. They're like, "Yeah, okay, good." So again, everything has been TSA approved, including the Griffin pocket tool and the Cricut eating tool. The other one is this right here. This is made by Swiss Tech, and I found it several years back at the grocery store, and it's supposedly for a stocking stuffer. I bought one for a stocking stuffer, and I kept the other one. But what it is, it's a multi-tool, real small, folds up real small, and you just see, okay, so smaller than a lighter, if you will. And it has all the different tools as far as a multi-tool does, except for a knife. And that's why I needed it, right? Because I couldn't carry a knife, but I wanted to have a multi-tool in my bag. So I've got my pliers, I've got my multi-tool, my screwdrivers, and again, it folds up. Between this and the Cricut eating tool, those are the ones that get stopped the most. And I always allot myself extra time, guys, to get to the airport. The reason being is because if I get stopped, that's fine, no big deal. I don't like to be rushed getting on a plane or possibly missing my flight. So we take it one step further and go, okay, I've got a little extra time. And then in addition, you know, TSA will go, "Hey, can I check your bag?" Absolutely, if you promise to do it to the next guy too. That doesn't happen all the time. Keep that in mind. Them checking for that multi-tool, the checking for the Griffin, for the Cricut eating tool. I've never been stopped for the Griffin pocket tool, just by the way. It's like they don't care. So Griffin pocket tool, one of the, I gotta tell you, I've been on board with them for a long time. So good tool, good multi-purpose tool, if you will. We can do a review on that some other time. But that's kind of the layout, folks. That's what we're looking at overall. I don't think I've missed anything, with the exception of, keep in mind, I have a backpack. So all this goes in my backpack in different pockets. What would go in my backpack would be this last group, starting with the first aid kit, the shemagh and extra clothes, and then the little red bag, Cricut eating tool. Yeah, Cricut eating tool, and then the 2 water bottles, flashlight, and hanks of paracord or tar bank line. So that stuff is going in my backpack. If I go into a customer site, if I'm here in Atlanta and I'm going to customer site, this is still in my bag, right? Flat out, plain and simple. When do I remove it? Well, when I need it, and to do a video like this. So how does this become a two-tip Tuesday? One, what can we get through TSA with? Two, what can I travel with? Or if you don't like those two tips, then it's, hey, what's carried in my backpack versus what's carried in my suitcase and self. So however you want to break it out, we can break it out into two different ways all across the board. So hey, that's it, guys. Thanks for watching. I do appreciate it. Thanks, Matt, for encouraging me to do this. I know it's something that I've had a lot of encouragement to do in the past year or so, and just haven't done it. Got to talking with Matt Mercer over at Black Hat Bushcraft, and dude's like, just do it. Just do it. Okay, fine. So I did. So there's all that. Hey guys, thanks for all the likes, the subscribes, the comments, and everything else. Please make sure you do two things if you don't do the subscribe, right? Like the video, give it a thumbs up, because what that does is it shares it out and again moves it along the process. Number two, comment. And the reason being is because we're looking for more tips. I'm reaching out to my community fellows, guys and gals, if you will, my fellow folks in the community, to get more tips. I'm having to do some of the ones that ends up being the exact same as what somebody else is doing, not on purpose. That's just what's in the schedule. So I want to hear what you want to see. Okay, that's what it boils down to. What do you want to see? If it's not going to be beneficial, then I won't do it, right? Some of you, you know, I can go by the comments and likes and everything and the views. Some of it's not beneficial. Let me know what you want to see and what you might want to see in an upcoming video, okay? So until then, guys, hey, use your instincts to survive. Thanks for watching.